When I was 18 years old, I found out I was pregnant. I was a freshman in college. I didn't really have anybody to turn to, and I confided in a boss of mine at the time, and she told me that I should call Rose Condra from Choices for Women. I was nervous to walk in her doors. I wasn't sure what she was going to think of me, being an 18-year-old with nobody else to back her up. But once I got there and walked in the doors, Rose greeted me with a hug. I was, I believe, 4 months pregnant and had still yet not been to the doctor. Now that I think back on it, it was very sad because I had a mom, I had a stepmom, I had family, and nobody. Sorry. I can't get into it. I was only 18 and I didn't know what I was doing. She picked the phone up and called the OBGYN and made my first appointment for me. She put the ultrasound wand on my stomach and she moved it around a little bit. And as I was looking at the screen and didn't really know what I was looking at, there was a little peanut on the screen. And she said, "That's your little baby." And at that moment, all the thoughts that I had had the 4 months before that completely changed. Being 18 and knowing that you have a little human inside of you, when you see that for the first time on a screen, it changes your whole mindset, your whole world. You think you can't do it, you can do it. She talked to me more about Christ. She taught me to believe in Him and His ways, His timing. God doesn't answer some prayers for a reason. God knew what I could handle, and that little baby inside me was going to be my pride and joy. When Leighton was a teenager, he himself got baptized. It was a very joyous moment to know that my son also believed in Christ. Looking forward for Leighton, I couldn't imagine not having him in my life. Leighton is very caring and loving. He has a huge heart and would do anything for anybody. He is very handsome. He is talented. He loves sports. Basketball is his favorite. He loves baseball. He loves spending time with his family. He loves video games, just like any teenage boy. Leighton is now 17 years old, soon to be 18. He is a senior this year. And after graduating, he plans on going to college. Leighton is overall a joy to be around, and I couldn't imagine him not being around.
Well, I first heard about Choices from my grandma when I was pretty young, and she was telling me she wanted to get involved. She told me that Choices was a group of believers that helped parents take care of their babies and point them to the Lord, and so I was like, I'm in, sign me up. Choices is saving lives, and I know this is where God has me right now, and serving at Choices is kingdom work, and so I think as believers we're called to serve others as we're serving the Lord. My favorite part of serving at Choices in the boutique is probably seeing the parents come in with their new babies and just seeing the love they have for them, and I know not only their physical needs are being met, but also their spiritual needs, and they're being taken care of here. Serving at Choices has taught me to be selfless and serve others before worrying about yourself, and in the future I definitely want to stand up for the ones who can't speak for themselves and just give them a voice. I would tell other teens my age to not be afraid to stand up and get involved, even though it might not be the popular thing, but that it's important to speak for babies that don't have a voice for themselves and just get involved.
At the ages of 16 and 17, obviously we didn't plan on being parents so soon, but going to Choices really taught us that it doesn't matter how young you are, you're not going to be by yourself. and people are there to support you.
Well, my family probably is my main support, both my parents, and then Choices has helped me so much. The boutique, the admin, just they are loving and they have open arms.
They're very nice because I don't know if it's just because I'm young or if it's just typical for guys, but I didn't know too much going into it, but the classes taught me a lot, especially about just helping her through pregnancy and just how he's gonna be. Judgment was a very big thing. I was very scared of it, and it was pretty bad at first, but then people just get used to it and move on like it is normal.
To other young parents, I would just encourage you to not feel alone and just be able to get out there and use the resources that are out there. Choices has really helped me, and my advocate, Michelle, at the Corton Center, she's helped me a lot, just be able to talk freely about how I feel, and she's been a really big support in my journey.